Hey guys, Spidey here, and I got my comic book reviews today. I know I'm a little late, but whatever, it's here nonetheless. So we got Forever Evil, Infinity, and the 3 Villains Month titles I picked up this week, including my comic book of the week. So, put that aside. We'll get Infinity out of the way so we can just straight up talk about Villains Month. This was a pretty interesting issue. I actually did like it a lot. Now, it's not as good as some of the tie-ins we got with Avengers and New Avengers, or even as good as the first Infinity, but it's still good nonetheless. The art's solid. Pretty much what we're dealing with here is the tribute, and what the tribute is to Thanos. And we figure out why he wants that, what it is. The art's great. It's solid. There is this part about Ex Nihilo here I didn't really get. I just sort of went right over that. But other than that, I mean, it was good nonetheless. There was some good action, there was some good fighting, great artwork, like I said. This is turning out to be a really good event, and I'm really happy with Marvel with it. So, props have to be given there. Overall, my final thoughts on this, my rating would be probably a 4 out of 5. Really enjoyable read, really good, and I'm really excited for Infinity. I really can't wait to see what happens next either. So there's that. We'll talk about Villains Month, Relic. Relic is a character I don't even know. I just figured out that he exists here because I'm not a big DC fan. Overall, my thoughts on Villains Month, it's almost like a big gimmick just to get you to buy all the issues if you're not reading it, but, I mean, whatever, you can't really complain. I mean, the good news is about this is they know the comic book is bad, so they decide to give us, but they know the artists are good, so they decide to give us splash pages with limited amount of text with more artwork, so that was nice of them to do that for us. This also ties into this big Green Lantern crossover that there's going to be coming up next issue, which, do we really need a new Green Lantern crossover? And we were already in the middle of a story arc, so the next issue of Green Lantern is going to be the beginning of that, when you still have to conclude a story arc, I believe. But anyways, there does not need to be 2 or 3 Green Lantern crossovers every year. Like, really? Anyways, it's stupid. The art is great. Like, I love the artwork. To tell you the truth, I can't really tell you much about why I hate this issue, because I pretty much forget everything about what it's about, because it was so bad. I didn't really, like, 1 out of 5. Now, I'm sorry if we're not really getting into the plot about Infinity. I totally forgot about that. I just pretty much reviewed it. Now, pretty much what's going on here, we got some Thanos people, you know, they're working for part of his army, evading Sword. They don't know what for, and then it's just pretty much a distraction. All the ships are coming to Earth. Then we have, you know, this an overview of what happened in the last issue, as well as the tie-ins. And then we have this guy here, I don't know what his name is, working for Thanos. He comes in, and he's telling them what the tribute is. And the tribute is Inhumans between the ages of 16 and 22, I think, and they want their heads. They want them all gone. They want them dead. That's the tribute to Thanos. We don't know why it is. We just know that that's the tribute to Thanos. We know that, you know, Black Bolt's not too happy about this. And, go back to this battle. We figure out that the Builders can erase a planet from history, I believe they said it was. I mean, that's really all I picked up from this whole Ex Nihilo thing. That the Builders, that they lost their first battle, that they realized that the Builders can erase a world from existence. Flip to the end. We figure out why Thanos wants all these Inhuman children dead. Because he wants his son dead. That's the tribute to Thanos. And I already told you my thoughts on this. I just wanted to get the plot out of the way. Joker. This is going to be a hot book. I think everybody's going to be picking up, but you know what? Tell you the truth, it wasn't that good. It's actually pretty bad. Start off the issue. We get to see a little backstory of Joker as a child, which we don't need to know, because the whole point of the Joker being, you know, psychologically interesting and all that blah 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 is we don't know about him, and just telling us about him is, why do you have to do that? Then it's pretty much about Joker raising a gorilla, and I mean, it's an entertaining story. I can give it that. I'm not gonna like bash on it, but it's just not needed for the Joker. It really isn't needed. I mean, as I first finished reading it, I just really hated it. Now, sort of thinking back on what it's about, I can find joy in it. It's just the thing that bugs me the most is the beginning of how we learn, and throughout the story, they flash back to the Joker's past, and I really think that was not necessary. Okay, I don't have to sneeze. Wait. Ugh. Anyways, I don't know what to really like say about this, because there are factors of the story that I liked, and there are parts where I just really hated it. So I'm just gonna give it a 2.5 out of 5. How about that? So Joker was disappointing. Now this is actually going to surprise you, because there was 2 DC comics that are actually good this week. You probably know what the one is, so I'm going to tell you what the other one is, and that's Darkseid. Or Darkseid. Darkseid's issue is actually really good. I was thinking this was going to suck. I was actually quite entertained by it. We get to see, it's pretty much an origin story about Darkseid. Now, I think the reason why I like this is I don't really know too much about Darkseid. I just know that he's a badass villain, and I know about the New Gods and all, but I've never really looked into his backstory. I mean, I know it, but I don't know it too well. So I think that's why I liked it. The art was great. Pretty much what it is this guy named Euaxis, and he hates gods, and he goes around killing them, and he gets their powers, and he becomes Darkseid, and then he makes his home planet Apocalypse, and then this girl teleports to this new world and shows Darkseid it, and then he has to destroy, because he's Darkseid, or Darkseid, whatever you want to call him. I don't know, I was actually pretty entertained by this. Now, it's pretty short, it's quick, it's a quick read, but it's entertaining nonetheless, and I actually did like it quite a bit. And I think the artwork really brings it up to another level, because this artwork was fantastic. Now, so was Green Lantern's artwork, but I mean, this artwork was just some of the best artwork I've seen all week. That's why I'm giving this one a 4. Solid 4 out of 5. Solid 4. It was actually really entertaining. Now, the DC comic book that I actually did like, so DC actually did a pretty good job this week. I'll give them that. They had 2 good books. They're getting better. Forever Evil #1 was actually pretty good. Much better than Trinity War. And I said, you know, at the end of Trinity War, hopefully the Forever Evil story can hit a home run. And I definitely think this is going to be an epic story, because this is the first issue. It's a build-up issue, and I loved it. I don't want to spoil too much for it, because I know everybody picked it up, but then again, it's Sunday, so whatever, I'll spoil it. We start off with Lex Luthor. Now, he was in prison, so there's a plot hole. That's the only problem I really have with it, is the plot hole with Lex Luthor was in prison in the last issue. And now he's on a business trip. But anyways, this business trip is actually pretty cool, where he threatens a guy's family to sign over his company. But their helicopter crashes. They don't know why. You figure out why it is later. It's Ultraman. But pretty much what they plan to do is take over the world, the crime syndicate. And that's what they're doing here. You know, they're breaking into Arkham Asylum. They're trying to get all the villains they possibly can, and they're just trying to rule this world. And they even state that the world is theirs now. And pretty much this whole issue is like them going around. You know, the Ultraman snorting kryptonite, which is badass. And they go around. They gather all these villains, and there's a big fold-out page. They have everybody, and they're saying, the Justice League's dead, you belong to us, this world belongs to us. And then some stupid villain, I don't know who it is, claims, oh, you're not the Justice League's not dead. You guys are the Justice League, and they just kill him. Now, I really liked what they did with Nightwing, how they kidnapped him and they show his identity to the villains. They show they like here his name's Richard Grayson. This is his driver's license. This is who he is, and this is big because one, they know who Nightwing is. Two, they could probably could find out who Batman is. You know, I mean, when you think about it, I mean, Dick Grayson's lived with Batman for some time, and you know, if they start finding out other people from the Batman Inc. who they are, you know, Damian Wayne, if they find out that, well, he's dead, but I guess that doesn't count. But you know what I mean? But I don't know, that is a big thing, and I don't know, I really like the tone and the feel of this issue. It really feels dark. It really feels like really the villains own this world now, and it's actually a really cool feel to it, so I have to give it a 4 out of 5 there. Good job to DC on this issue. And Darkseid. I'll give them that. And to the comic of the week. If you know me, you already know what it is, and it is superior. This issue was phenomenal. We had to see Spider-Man 2099. It actually doesn't really focus too much on Superior Spider-Man, more on Spider-Man 99, so if you don't know the character, this is your introduction to him. Stegman's art is back, it's amazing, and it's pretty much like all the other Marvel issues. There's been breaks in the time stream, and it's sort of like an aftermath of Age of Ultron. So, Tiberius Stone, he is getting removed from the timeline, and they don't know why, and you know, they have to send somebody back, and obviously, you know, I mean, Spider-Man 2099 goes, because he's like, oh crap, you know, no, they don't know that, like, they don't know his secret identity, but he knows that that's his grandfather, or his father it is, and if he gets removed from the timeline, then so does he, so he's like, okay, you gotta give me a good reason to go, so I can go. They do. He goes back, and, you know, to save the world from this paradox that could be destroying everything. We see Horizon Labs is having a baseball game, and Max Modell gets arrested for, you know, works with the Lizard, Morbius, you know, hazardous chemicals, and that's all part of Tiberius Stone's plan to get back at Horizon, because what happens later is that he is going to be in charge of Horizon and, you know, make it a part of Alchem. And, you know, we get a little tease from, another little tease of the Green Goblin story, which I just want to see happen. Like, have this like 3-part or 2-part story arc go on to 3-part, 2-part, whatever you're gonna make it, and then just do it. Give us the Goblin story, because I really want to see that happen, because it's just, you know, you're sort of dragging it out, where it's like you keep on teasing us with you've been teasing us for almost like what was it, since issue 10, and what is it issue now? It's issue 17, so you've been teasing us for about like 7 issues. Anyways. Hopefully that plays out quick. Like I said about Tiberius Stone, Superior Spider-Man is going to take action in this because he knows that it's Stone's plan to get back at Horizon, so he comes up after him, chases him down, but guess who's there? Who pops in just at the right time? Spider-Man 2099, and now next issue they are going to fight, and I think that is going to be awesome. Giving this issue a 4.7 out of 5. Fantastic issue. Now I want to know what you guys thought of the comics this week. What was your pick? And all that stuff. So this is Spider-Man, signing out. Peace.